concerned. My Yes, thanks, Manik. My name is Arthi Samant and I go by Sorted Girl. I'm also the co-founder of Sorted, which is a boutique edtech platform. We very proudly say that we are India's only no-faff digital marketing masterclass because we are not coaches like Insta coaches, how you find them. We genuinely are like we are marketeers. So what we learn through our consultation, day jobs is what we teach. These are some of the brands that I have worked with, either from a job perspective or currently I'm consulting. So brands like Big Bazaar, Hotstar, I have worked, All, Purple are all the brands where I have worked before I decided to become a consultant. Currently, besides Durex, Healthify, there are brands like Emami, that I am on a retainer with. And then there are a bunch of, smaller, promising, upcoming new brands that I work with. And you will see a lot of work, a lot of case studies, current brand communication strategies, everything that I've basically created along with my colleagues. You will see it as part of the sessions and case studies. So really kicked about that. A little bit about myself. I'm a big sneakerhead. I love sneakers. I've had to get another shoe stand just to kind of, and I'm one of those who'll stand outside an Adidas early morning and queue up for the latest drop. So I love my sneakers. I love traveling. Those are my best friends. Recently, I went to New York.
1 second. I don't think your slides are moving if you're doing that.
What do you mean? I
Are you
am.
moving any slides?
Yeah. Did you see my sneaker slide?
No.
No.
Your slides are not moving. Try again.
Can you see now?
Yeah.
Are they moving?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I absolutely love travel. I have made a promise in 2024. I will be traveling every quarter. This is the Ithaca trip. These are four best friends, everybody in different part of the world. We decided to meet in small town in Ithaca in New York and had an absolute blast. I also have a brand apart from all of this. It's called Masala Tokri. The co-founder of it is my mom. Please do shop from us. She makes the most amazing gourmet spices. You can find us on Amazon. In fact, I'm looking for a team. I'm looking to set up a team so that it kind of automates. Right now, I'm not able to give it as much love and time, but the spices are top notch. So please do buy and follow us on Instagram. And as you can see, I'm the happiest on the dance floor. I absolutely love dancing. I'm a big techno music fan. So whenever I get time, I go out and party hard, totally party hard. Just 1 second. And lit is my favorite emoji. I just land up using it more often, just comes super naturally to me. Guess it's like matches my energy. Quick guidelines for greatness, guys. As far as this masterclass is concerned, please be here and now. I know it's a 9 to 11 p.m. masterclass, but I really want you guys to take the best out of it. So please ensure that you all are not just like multitasking or on WhatsApp or on Instagram. That'd be really great. Find your stretch zone. This is a cool, casual, comfortable masterclass. It's not a formal vibe. I want all of you to bejhijak hoke please ask how many ever questions as you can. Uh, Throw the tennis ball. There is no such thing as a silly question. Okay, absolutely not. If I have to go and start from the basics, we will do that. Do not hesitate. Do not think what other people are thinking. Please squeeze in as much juice as you can out of this masterclass. Also, please be patient. The thing is that some of you all are students, some of you all have been in the industry for so many years, some of you all are teaching. So we need to get everybody on the same page. Maybe for some of you, you will feel ki ye to pata hai, but I will try my level best to address it at a fundamental level. So please be patient and let's all have a very inclusive session. Also constantly ask what's in it for me from an example. Maybe sometimes the examples I'm giving could be like from the world of fashion or could be from the world of FMCG, but the logic remains same. So if you are not able to derive what the logic is, ask. Okay, but the logic of marketing will remain same even though the category might differ. Since we are just I think 18, 19 of us, you can just raise your hand and then ask a question. That will be nice. Don't no need to like put it on chat. That's fine. On that note, let's start today's session. Today's session is it's a warm-up session on what fundamentals of branding are, and what is the difference between the what and the how and the why of the brand. That's what we will try to unravel today. We will also do an interesting workshop. All of the toolkits that you will see is something I have created. I should have trademarked it, but I haven't as yet, but I will. But the reason why I'm sharing all of these toolkits is that's exactly what I use to crack my brand communication strategy. And I want to share these toolkits because I truly feel that they'll help you all. Um, on that note, let's start. Guys, I'm going to keep the session super interactive. So I want everybody to answer questions, even if there is no right or wrong answer, okay? There is a perspective. So whatever your first level of understanding is, try and answer, all right? My first question is very simple. What do you think a brand is? What is a brand?
Okay. I've kind of been reading a lot about this, so I like to tell you the Martin Neumeyer sort of definition. It's what the gut feeling of the other person is. Of it's not what you think it is.
It's like you have stolen my next slide.
Sorry, but that makes a lot of sense. When
That makes a lot of
I've
sense.
never forgot that. It's been so long since I read that somewhere, but it's so easy to remember and understand the word brand after that.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone else? What is your perception of a brand? What is a brand? How would you define it?
Just take a guess. Whatever comes to your mind.
You guys can't be quiet, huh?
I think
Yes,
it's a personality, like something that you envision. Like if you close your eyes and there's a brand, like you think about something, and it's probably like one of the things is personality. So
it is. It is 100%. Anyone else?
It's also the recognition that you have in the crowd.
What you're known for?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Anyone else has any views?
And can also be recall, as in if you think of something, you think of that brand.
Right.
Yes. Yes, absolutely right. A brand is nothing but a personality. It's literally the vision you have when you think of a brand. Let's say when you think of Netflix, what image do you have of a brand? What kind of personality do they have?
Like a person sitting with a popcorn, Netflix and chill.
Yes, yes, 100%. So now that is your perspective, and everybody's perspectives could be slightly different, but mota it will be in the similar zone because that is the body language the brand is projecting through every piece of communication. But this personality is formed not just with Instagram reels or posts. This personality gets formed with every other touch point, even the way a customer service representative speaks with you, right? Everything is a body language when it comes to brand building. And I really want you all to remember that and make a note of that. And like Sriji was saying, a brand is a person's gut feeling about the product or service of the company, right? That's exactly what a brand is, the gut feeling that we get. And it is subjective, but overall, it will always be in a similar zone as far as the body language of the brand is concerned. Amitabh Bachchan, what do you think is Amitabh Bachchan's personality? What is his brand like? right?
Trust, I think trust and long life, basically. Credibility.
Life. Yes, credibility, trust, yes, 100%.
I think Amitabh is one of the rare cases where the brand has evolved what it's trying to
Yeah.
communicate over the years.
Yeah.
Relevant, even I guess, to the Gen Zs, right?
Yeah.
Is one brand that has been relevant. Absolutely.
Versatile, you can say. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And therefore, you see the kind of brands who land up collaborating with him also have a similar body language, right? Like a little larger than life, big B, that sort of a body language. Brands who are tapping into trust as an emotion. Think about it, like Cadbury had to get Amitabh Bachchan to get out of controversy. Nobody else could have sort of done that, right? So that's the respect he commands today in the industry, and that's the brand he has built. Shah Rukh Khan,
Heartthrob.
easily
Bigger
romance,
than life size, basically.
Lover
Luxury.
boy.
lover boy. Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan feels like expensive,
Yeah,
right?
luxury, bigger than life kind of a thing.
Right.
King.
But also witty. Like if
Yeah,
you've seen his, yeah.
such a charmer.
Yeah.
Absolute charmer. Like I feel like he's one guy jiske ladke bhi, or men are also big fans of Shah Rukh Khan, right? Men want to be like him, women want to be with him, like absolute charmer. And again, think about the brands that are collaborating, that they also want to exude a similar energy. Madonna, completely different brand. How would you describe her brand?
Wacky.
Whack. Crazy.
Yeah.
Rebel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
rebel.
Absolute rebel. And that's and you see, when has anyone attended Madonna's concert?
No.
No. Man, the community that she has created, exact same shared belief, right? Exact same vibe that her community also has. Even they are rebels, even they are whack, and they are proud about it, and that's what they stand for. And that's the reason why I'm sharing all of this, is because when a certain brand you aspire to, it's very easy for them to create a community, because there's a shared belief, right? There is a gut feeling, then there is aspiration, and then they're like, this is my kind of brand, so I'm going to proudly flaunt it. So that's how these are semantics, but that's how it kind of, over the period of time, that kind of aspiration gets built. We already spoke about Netflix. Anyone else has any views though about Netflix? Like, to me, Netflix is like this cool sobo kid who is such a movie fanatic that he like walks talks in like film puns. That's the personality I have in mind about Netflix. Like a geek, absolute geek when it comes to content. Right? And hilarious. Do you agree?
But if you look at the logo, it looks like it's some horror movie going on there.
I think it is also वो classmate student होता that always stands out. It is that
Yeah.
kind of personality, because we are ready to pay like 300 or 400 rupees per month for this Netflix. However, for other OTT platforms, like the yearly subscription is of 300 or 400 rupees if we
Right.
compare it in that way.
Right. He's the chunt, clever, quirky guy, right? He's the cool guy, he's the cool dude of the OTT.
Yeah.
And that's the personality, so aspirational. That's
Mm.
the personality they have built, 100%. And so that's exactly the question we'll try and answer. What personalities are we building? What kind of brand are we creating towards up until the end of this masterclass? Now, it's really important, and I'm somebody who keeps talking about the why. I had made a meme on this, where there's Backstreet Boys, tell me why, and then there is Arthi also asking, tell me why, because I truly believe that brands without their why have a very myopic view about where to go. So many of you mentioned, right? Like one of, I think it was Chetra or somebody who said that she started, but she doesn't know where exactly to land the brand, what kind of communication to create. And usually, brand managers, marketers, agency peeps, I think easiest is to crack what and the how, right? Like what are we and how are we doing it is the easiest to crack. तीन चार मस्त USP डाल दो, एक मस्त sentence में proposition डाल दो, and this is what we are. But without the purpose, how are you different from your competition? It's impossible. Without creating or articulating and genuinely creating a purpose which is what you stand for as a brand, you will have a very myopic view. Is like how horses have that jhapda, right? Like they cannot see properly. It's just one they have to put that to get the
Blinders. Yeah.
focus. Yeah, right, the blinders. So so that is really important. Because and what happens, another mistake, when brands land up just going on communication, creating ads, doing marketing without a central purpose. Ultimately, then the game is about how many dollars you have versus the competition, because competition is most likely also talking about the similar proposition, right? Kitna hi different hoega tumhara proposition. So without a purpose, that's why when you think about it, okay, let's see it this way. I bet that the brands that you admire the most are 100% purpose driven brands, because they have been able to create a very emotional resonating connection with you all. Without a central purpose, it's really impossible to sort of create that kind of resonance, right? Ikigai. Finding a purpose is literally like finding the ikigai of your brand. All of you have read ikigai or know about the concept, right? It's a Japanese philosophy of life, and a similar ethos can be taken over here, where if you create a brand purpose, where what the world needs versus what you are good at versus what you're really passionate about. And so when you're really passionate about something, your content, your interventions, even the event that you do, the new intern that you have hired, everyone will have a similar philosophy and a ethos, right? So finding your brand purpose is literally like cracking that, is literally like cracking the ikigai for your brand. And the reason why I say this, because what and how is information. Those are facts. But why is intimacy, right? The intimate relationship that a brand is able to create with their community is impossible to have without a purpose, without the why and the articulation. And if you think about it, all of us as marketeers, as brand owners, are ultimately talking to people, right? People with real vulnerabilities, real emotions, real aspirations, real anxieties. And so if you don't have a very real conversation with them, then it's always going to be about 20% off shop now. Think about it, right? Because beyond that, how are you going to get them to sit with you, hang with you, converse with you, and converse with one another within your community? And so to create that intimacy, is why looking at a brand and the purpose of the brand is extremely critical. There are two examples here, guys. One is Vodafone, one is Mint Mobile. Take some time, read the content, and tell me which one would you pick. This is the About Us section of their websites.
I think can we say it or should we wait?
Go for it, Sonakshi.
Okay, so I think the Vodafone one, because at least there is some human connection to relate it, but the other one is there isn't anything that we can relate with in terms of mobile or anything, something like that, if that is the purpose of it.
For me, I think I would pick Mint Mobile though,
Mm-hmm.
because it's more about it's catchy. It also has a good story that they want to give an option to people. Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And it is also helping them by ditching crazy fees, expensive contracts. They are clear about what it is.
Mm.
Not like we are this, we are that.
And also, even though there was no logo initially, I was a bit confused. But when you said it's a word section, this apart from just telling me what they're doing interestingly, it also has this personality there. I can literally see a personality there, like a geeky sort of a fox setting. So it shows a personality overall. Whereas this is just the two brands coming together, very generic.
Correct.
I
Uh,
think
I
think
I have a question. Do we have to just look at the picture or the text part also? I thought that is just the brief that they're trying to explain. Sorry about that.
No, the text, actually the text part, as in the
No,
story.
then even I go for the mint one then. I'm sorry. I thought it's a brief that we have to go for. I'm sorry.
If you must have
Mint
noticed
Mobile
when
is,
you first answered, Arti was so confused.
I was
I'm
like, wrong
sorry.
answer, but it's okay, fine. Yes. Anyone else has any view?
what I like about the Mint Mobile is that they've told you, they've just shown you what the problem is, and then they are giving a solution. They've
Right.
written the problem statement in their branding.
Right. Right.
Also, I feel that they're quite appealing. Like when you look at the Vodafone picture, it's hurting the eyes some way. But this is, more in terms of the color palette, and it's quite appealing. It's pleasant to look at also. And they are to the point. They're not beating around the bush, or anybody would not want to look at a paragraph. It's already boring. This is the
Absolutely.
quirky words.
Yes.
The
And
words are quite quirky.
yes, 100%, 100%. And Mint Mobile is and you see their advertising, right? It's bloody genius. It's one a mobile brand that has grown by leaps and bounds in the West. With the most meaningful advertising. Ryan Reynolds is a genius. But yeah, this is the difference between brands without a purpose and brand with a purpose, right? So clear, ज़्यादा words डालने की paragraph डालने की जरूरत नहीं है. One sentence and the message is sent across, right? And like you rightly said, Shiv Ranjani, that too many words. Words are easy. Anyone can say anything. Tomorrow I will wake up and say, I am the #1 marketeer in the whole world. I can say it, right? But I like that claim means nothing. That claim means absolutely nothing, and therefore words are super easy. Have you heard about this band called Extreme? It was in the band there was a song that they released in 1991 called More Than Words. Okay, I'm a horrible singer, but I'll try. Okay, more than words. That's how it went. Nobody remembers?
No, can you sing more? We didn't catch
Yeah,
that.
yeah. The second line, please.
We didn't catch that actually.
No, please. I will send the YouTube link on the group. But in that song, there is this really amazing verse, okay? And it goes like, how easy it would be to show me how you feel. More than words is all you have to do to make it real. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me because I'd already know. What does that mean? It means that words are very simple. Words are very easy, right? Like you say I love you versus the way you make me feel. It would just be easy if you made me feel the love. So then you wouldn't have to say it over and over again. Same logic when it comes to building a brand. If you want your audience to fall in love with you, if you want your audience to respect you, then be real and make them feel it. Now, how can you possibly make them feel without a purpose? It's impossible. And purpose is nothing but like an opinion, a belief system. And brands are nothing but personalities, like we mentioned, right? Ultimately, the biggest goal of a marketeer or a founder is to create a human personification of a brand. When you start thinking of a brand as a human being, you have won in the game of brand building. Absolutely won the game. Like for me, Zomato is again like a human personality, right? It's not a brand anymore. For me, Whole Truth Foods is an absolute personality, a human personification. And again, these are brands that have been crafted. And so the point I'm trying to make is words are very easy. It wouldn't matter, like you saw on the Vodafone slide, like 2G, 3G, 4G platform. Do you really think Vodafone is the best 4G platform? Anybody?
No.
No.
Right? That's what they claim. We are the best 4G platform. Is it true? No.
Long back, but not anymore.
Not anymore. And that's when people will call you out. Today we are living in a world where if you see the farm, what is his name? That guy who calls out brands, Bonvita ka controversy kiya tha usne.
Food farmer.
Food farmers.
Yeah. So now there is the whole trend of de-influencing. Consumers are smarter than you. If you're going to go and faff, they will call you bullshit, right? And they'll make memes about you. And that's really not a great space to be. Vodafone as a brand has always, keeping aside some quirky advertising of Zuzu about a decade ago, they are an absolute what-driven brand. And that's why they are where they are, right? So it's really important to kind of while you focus on the what. Now, what is what? What is basically the value proposition? When Sorted says, we are India's only no faff digital marketing masterclass. That is our what. Okay, अभी ये India's only हमने claim किया है. And the reason why we are claiming it, because I want you to click on my ad. I want you to be curious and I want to create that thumb-stopping impact. As a marketeer, I also believe in standing up and believing in what you do and own your merit. That I truly believe in. But you obviously your experience and the what you deliver needs to be on point with the what you do, with the what of the brand. But only what is not what's going to suffice, right? Like let's look at the example here, Tesla. Tesla's what is that they are world's first vertically integrated sustainable energy company. Global perspective. What do you think about this statement? Is it larger than life? Does it excite you? Does it resonate with the brand? Is the claim legit?
Yeah, it seems true. So the first thought is, yeah, it's so true.
It is so true, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Tesla is one brand that has earned your respect because of what you have probably not experienced the product, but because of what you see online and in terms of the content, what other people are talking about it. They are catering into within 3 products, which is generation, storage, and transportation. And that's that. But only what focused relationship, like I mentioned, are super transactional. Okay. Why focused relationship? They command loyalty. Guys, which is that one brand you are absolutely loyal? Matlab, no matter what, I will, even if like Maggie, for example, right? Like Maggie truly got into a controversy, but did you see how people backed them up?
Yeah.
Is there any brand like that you are super loyal to?
Apple.
100%. Apple's why is the most powerful why. Do you all know what is Apple's purpose?
The
Their
experience is the
Thing different.
experience and the way we can, I mean, the ecosystem, if that's the correct word.
No, so that is the what of the brand, right?
Okay.
Why of Apple is that Apple believes that Apple is here to challenge your status quo.
Yeah.
So every time you are buying into an Apple product, you are leveling up. It is like the super dry strategy, जहाँ पे तुमने अगर मेरा product खरीदा तो मतलब you are, that's why people kidney बेच के भी iPhone खरीदते हैं, because they want to show people के I have leveled up.
मेरे पास एक ही किडनी है.
They want to show people that I have leveled up, right? Like I have I have arrived. I've got the latest iPhone and I'm going to put a story about it on Instagram. So that's the reason why Apple is the #1 brand in the world, because their purpose literally hits your ego. Think about it, right?
Also, the ad that they had created, about the creative think different ad that they had
Yeah.
done,
Yeah.
it still clicks even today.
It still clicks even today. And you see, that is the ad with which they clearly demarcated an Apple user versus an Android user. Right.
Yeah.
But then every aspirational person was like, no, I'm thinking different. I am the one who thinks different. Right. That's how
Yeah.
they attracted their first set of community.
And
Arthi,
without speaking about any product in that particular commercial.
Exactly
Yeah.
my point. And we will talk about community in our next session, guys. Next session is my favorite session. But today we'll go through like the fundamentals of brand and the purpose. But it'll be fun.
Arthi, just a small question. Sorry to
Not at all. Tell me, Dhruv.
just the initial slides, and then I was relating to Apple and think the brand is a gut feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give an example with all the brands which we have been speaking about, that how do you relate to that, as in just as an example so that it registers?
In terms of Tesla,
Tesla, Apple, or anything, a brand is a gut feeling.
why me? Let's ask somebody else. Because it's a gut feeling, right, Dhruv? There's no right or
Yeah,
wrong.
any yeah. So
Sanket K, why don't you tell Dhruv, what is your gut feeling with Tesla? Like, how would you define Tesla?
I mean, Tesla is an exception case because Tesla is also, named after one of the more maverick scientists who went, who took a different path altogether as compared to Einstein. So it has that rebel, it has that breaking the glass ceiling kind of an emotion to it. But otherwise, Tesla almost, gives you the impression that I don't know, like everything is possible, and Elon has been trying to sort of, make that happen over the last few years with SpaceX and everything. So it's like a collective identity that comes together when I think of Tesla. So I feel Tesla is an exception as compared to like other brands which are more atomic in nature. But yeah, I think the finesse, the technology, the advancement, I think that's what comes to my mind. Yeah.
Also being woke
Yeah.
about the planet, sustainability,
Yeah.
right? Like while one can go on the Mars, but one will also need to preserve Earth. I think that intent is also very, very clear from a gut feeling perspective, Dhruv.
Yeah.
Apple, like I already said, the gut feeling is that if the latest iPhone is launching, I must save, do some side hustle, and get my hands onto that latest iPhone, because that is how Apple has made me feel from the inception, from the first product that I got. Right? Just the very silent.
Aarti, but with Apple, it is also like for people who are beyond, like, not like who have been using it for many years now, they cannot, because the UI is been like they have been so particular with how they, like, my grandmother had been using an iPad like 10 years back, and like after 10 years, I got a new one, and she can still use it because nothing's changed. It's so basic, it's so simple, so easy to use, and it's seamless. Like if you have an iPad or if you have a MacBook or if you have, everything interconnects and talks to each other, and so much more, like it makes you want to be in their ecosystem. Like that's how I see Apple. Like it's very hard to part of, like once you start using it, you will have to just
Yeah.
live with it. Yeah.
100%. And that's where that think different philosophy, that experience, and the purpose of Apple is not just restricted to the community. You feel it in the experience of the product. And guys, purpose driven communication is not just faffing for marketing. You have to, like when I say no faff, I am going to be no faff even in the way I present, the way I make my reels, the way my presentation is created, the way my website is built. Everything has to be no faff, right? So similarly, very very important for you to ensure that your purpose जो आप बात कर रहे हो आपके product में भी होना चाहिए, हाँ, सिर्फ marketing solve नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि then you will get first set of users, but your return users on digital, how are they going to come? Right? So purpose is not just restricted to marketing, but across. Let's go through some of the brand purposes across some brands. So Tesla, you saw the what of the brand, but this is the why of the brand. Their purpose is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Nowhere are you going to see cars in this purpose, or their storage product, or any other product that they are working on. The purpose is a very higher order belief or a mission that the brand wants to. And typically, if it helps the community, if you are creating a difference in the lives of your community, similar like the community who has similar belief will instantly get attracted to you. So purpose is always higher order, nothing to do with your product, but it is to do with your category. Okay, let's look at what is how. This is Tesla's how, right? Tesla is saying, I'm the world's number one, what did they say? I'm the world's first vertically integrated sustainable energy company. How? By offering high quality electric vehicles that combine performance, design, and sustainability. This is where the product and the category came in. So do you all understand the difference between how, what, and why of the brand, right? What's missing is the why. Let's look at the why of the brand. These are some of the purpose-driven brands that you can see. Disney, Patagonia, Harley, Nike, Tom Shoes. Beautiful, beautiful purpose. Dove, Whole Foods, Tesla. Some of the best brands. Let's look at some of the purpose. Let's look at some of the case studies. Let's look at some of the brands and let's try and guess what their purpose is. Okay. So Airbnb. Any one of you all know what is the purpose of Airbnb?
Affordable hotels or homestays that make you feel like home. Hotels that make you feel like home.
Feeling, I think.
Yeah. Close. Anyone else?
Make people travel.
More about the experience of the
Travel,
local
yeah, travel in a non-touristy way.
Yeah, very close. This is their purpose. Airbnb believes that you can belong anywhere. Such a beautifully crafted purpose, and therefore belong anywhere, live anywhere is their tagline. But purpose statement, you will not probably see it in communication in so many words, but you will always feel it going back to more than words philosophy, right? Cadbury Silk.
Bringing people together. Yeah.
Close.
Celebrations.
Celebration is the older Cadbury, Amitabh Bachchan. Disha
feel
Patani.
good. Yeah.
What?
It's like a good feeling that you experience, right? Like feel good factor.
It's
Is
a
it the
kind of a dense chocolate if we compare it with others. So I think for dense relationships, if that makes sense. I mean, deeper relationships, something like that.
Wow, what connection you have made, huh? Cadbury's purpose is to induce love and romance. Therefore, share a silk, right? They have, again, in the product, there is an experience, right? There is a heart that you cut and you give it to whoever you want to give it. But that is Cadbury's purpose. Nike. This is very easy. I'm sure all of you all know.
Just do it. I mean,
That is a tagline.
oh, I mean, yeah, by
Everyone is
Focus
actually-
on the
everyone has
process
an
and not the results.
do the task.
Trina's got it right. Nike believes that there is an athlete in everyone, right? So if you, again, this communication is one of the most beautifully articulated purpose, because they're nowhere saying buy my shoes or, my merchandise. Do you agree that in every piece of Nike's communication, they have made you feel this? Like, if you remember any of Nike ads, let me play this one ad for y'all.
Can you be an athlete? You, pregnant. You, a mother. That depends. What is an athlete? Someone who moves? Sounds like you. Someone who gets it done, no matter what. You do that. Someone who listens to her body. Also you. Someone who defies gravity. You. Someone who deals with the pain, hits her limit, and pushes past it. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Someone who earns every single win. You, you, you. So, can you be an athlete? If you aren't, no one is.
What do you think?
Brilliant narrative. It just like hit it perfectly on the nail. Yeah.
Yeah, it hits home, right? And so obviously they are selling. See, again, with the purpose like that, then you can sell any merchandise under the sun. Then it's about a powerful storytelling. अगर आपका purpose clear होना, आपका content strategy will just be so crystal clear. You will know exactly what kind of influencers to connect with. You will know exactly what kind of stories to tell. All of it becomes super clear. Right? That's why I'm so obsessed, because ultimately, guys, people don't buy what you do. They will probably buy it once. But for them to become your fans, they have to fall in love with your purpose. Just like think about it, your close best friends or the partner you're married. I feel like all of that has happened because there is a certain shared belief, right? There's a sense of shared belief that you carry. Similar ethos when it comes to building a community for your brand. Again, these are some of the brands when it comes to their purpose statements. And another thing is that a clear brand purpose will, like I mentioned, it'll help you drive even the way your product is meant to deliver. If you're creating an app, you will know what all nuances to have. If your purpose is clear, you can even add clever quirks within. Even if it's an FMCG product, you can add clever quirks. Your marketing, your sales pitch, all of it will be super, super crystal clear. And not just that, even your employees, the way they the way they conduct themselves in front of the customers or internal customers, the community that you're able to build, all of this is thriving on that central purpose of the brand. And also, I strongly believe, and it has been proven, brands that you saw earlier, which were purpose driven brands, all of them have shown greater growth when it comes to ROI, because I am the kind of marketer who ultimately it's about dhanda, right? मतलब घर पे पैसे, the brand has to make enough money, the brand has to create enough revenue and business, and that is super critical. But again, only with the what and the how, it's impossible.
Sorry, can you go to the previous slide? I mean the first slide. The previous one. Yeah, the previous one. हाँ.
हाँ जी.
Cool, thanks.
You will get the recording, Chaitra. Guys, have you all heard of this philosophy called love marks? I will talk about it in the coming session. But Saatchi and Saatchi, where I worked, that agency is a Publicis agency, and they had created this entire framework called love marks, where they said that there are products, there are fads. Fads are like brands that come and go. Then there are products, commodities, जैसे नमक. Now you don't care, right? Tata Salt or Captain Cook, or you don't really care because it's a commodity, it's not really a category per se. Then there are brands. Brands are where, brands like Boat, etc., etc. And then there are love marks. Love marks are the brand which create loyalty beyond reasoning. So when you see somebody have like a tattoo and like brands like Harley Davidson, Red Bull, people are fanatics of this brand, right? Like even if the brand, pardon my French, even if the brand fucks up, you are going to back them, right? So that is the kind of impact a love mark brand can have. And all of them, the common factor between all of them is the purpose. Like for example, Walmart's purpose is that it's so beautiful. We save people money so they can live better. And you see that experience in the product, you see that experience in their communication, right? Disney's purpose is to create happiness for people of all ages, right? Dove, to encourage all women and girls to realize their full potential. Guys, I hope everybody is resonating. Sar ke upar se nahi ja raha hai na? All good?
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So when Dove says they want to encourage all women and girls to realize their full potential, this is the actual communication with which they reach out to us, right? Real women, real beauty. Now it's I don't want to challenge on how the product experience really is, but this communication has enabled them to create a sort of intimacy, a sort of like a community. Right now, I'm not sure if the brand still is as relevant, but I remember 6-7 years ago when they came up with this communication, all women just kind of fell in love. I think it was culturally, the brand moved a subculture for themselves, right? Like it was a zeitgeist for the brand. Yes, Apurva.
I wanted to ask how much difference does the pricing here makes, because I remember like 4 or 5 years ago I used to use Dove, and now that I've started earning more, I have shifted to a more expensive. I don't know if it is because of pricing or because of the you know any other factors, but that's just how I have been with Dove. So
That's a fantastic question, Apurva. So with every brand, there is something called as a customer life
Life
cycle,
cycle.
right? A customer life cycle. Now, any brand, there is a certain age group till there a brand is relevant. Okay, you have rightly outgrown the brand. Back then, you were the right target audience. So Dove is a mass brand. It is targeting a certain cohort at a certain price point. You have outgrown them. That's exactly Dove needs to be relevant to the newer audience that is your age now, right? And this happens in every brand's life. That's why you have to be always relevant to the next generation in the life cycle of the brand. Think about any fashion. West Side. I used to buy from West Side when I was in college. Now I have outgrown, I buy from Zara. But currently West Side is talking to college going kids, right? So that's how it happens. The churn rate, exactly that's how it happens. Yeah. Whole Truth Foods. Whole Truth Foods' purpose is to celebrate good food, nourish people and the planet so we can eat well and eat healthy. Really beautiful purpose. And this is their central idea, whatever makes you whole. And guys, the reason why I'm sharing so many purpose statements and so many examples, because today when we do the toolkit, I don't want any one of you all to insert your product and your category in the purpose statement, right? We leave that for the what and how, which will happen in the coming session. So I hope everybody is clear the difference between why, how, and what. Can somebody summarize it for me?
I think what is the service I do? How am I better at doing it? And why is the reason I should exist, or like I am there for you?
Yeah.
Something.
What is more like a proposition? Like it's a positioning statement. What
Not
is
a service.
Yeah, it's not. How is actually actually the needle you're pushing? How are you doing it, and why is the ultimate purpose, right? By the end of, I think, third or fourth session, this is what you all will create for your brands. Okay, the why and the how and the what. The why over here, like you can see for Red Bull, it's really interesting. Red Bull says their purpose is to bring out the adventurous energy in all of us. How are they doing it? By giving wings to people and ideas. And what do they do in their what's interesting is that they have not just written energy drink, but they've written athletes, dance, gaming, extreme sports events that vitalize body and mind. Why do you think that is?
They see all those as adventures as well. Like like a dance is an adventure for people who have another job probably.
All of these have become revenue streams for Red Bull today. If you notice, their content gets featured on Apple TV. Their YouTube channel brings in revenue to them, solid hard revenue to them. So today, Red Bull is not in the business of cola. I feel like they're in the business of content along with cola. And that's exactly why they've written that. Right? And their tagline is gives you wings. I'll give you another example of Dove. We already went through their purpose. But properly defined, it says to widen the definition of beauty and help women develop a positive relationship with their look. How do they do it? By celebrating normal women whose appearances are outside the stereotypical beauty norms. And what? Nourishing, moisturizing, skin repair, hair care. That's what they do. And therefore, their tagline is you're more beautiful than you think. Right? So this becomes a structure. Once this structure is clear, then the next step is to get into the content strategy, essentially. One of the most interesting things that happens when you put out your purpose, and if you're, it is similar to the audience's purpose, like the audience's shared belief, something very, very powerful happens. And that's exactly when your brand becomes a superhero, right? Do you all understand audience belief versus brand belief? Like, let's take an example of Whole Truth Foods. Okay. Whole Truth Food says that I am here to tell you the whole truth that is being served to you on a plate. Or how many of you all believe in the similar ethos that I want to know the whole truth, what's going in my system?
Yeah.
All of you believe that, right? So that's
Yes.
what happens. A brand like Whole Truth, I think, has been in the system for about 4 years now.
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years. And it has largely been a D2C brand. It barely has any offline touch points. But do you all agree that it has created a sizable impact today? Like it has become a brand in 4 years. And not just a brand largely people love. Right? So that has been happening. This brand's already on its way to become a superhero because their belief versus the shared belief of the community is on point. Great. On that note, do you all want a quick break of 2 minutes? We will now get into the toolkit exercise. I'm going to take you all through a case study of one of the brand communication strategy I had created, and then we'll do a toolkit based on that. But let's take a quick 2-minute break, and then we shall come back. So it is actually 2-minute break, but let's meet at 10:30.
Yeah.
Hai na?
Sure. Yeah.
Meanwhile, if you
Okay.
have any questions, just put it on chat of their, again, a quick before after of their profile visits from where their strategy was before to how it is today. Quick before after of the reach of Instagram because their content became more share worthy. They created content that people really cared about, which enabled them to share the content forward, right? So quick context in for you so that you all understand the brand. The entire hair care category today, like what's happening from a context perspective is that a lot of hair damage because of pollution, the conditions that we are living in, everybody's desperate and everyone's hair is either falling or it's completely damaged. and a lot of hair care issues in general. Even if you look at the Google trends, searches around hair care are all related to the external environment and the diet and the lifestyle that we live today. And furthermore, there are so many treatments and trends that are happening, right from the keratin treatments to the straightening treatments. People who have curly hair want straight hair, people who have straight hair want curly hair, and so on and so forth. So a lot of chemical trend that is going on in the market. While if you look at it, the category is growing at an extensive speed, and largely it is dominated by the Goliaths in the category, which is the Unilever, the P&G, the L'Oreal, the Daburs of the world. And then to add to it, there are so many interesting fads that are being brought up, right? Onion shampoo and falana shampoo, and they're literally inventing new formulas per se to package and create a new sales pitch. And at the end of the day, it is only making the consumer feel smaller, because you look at the advertising, right? It's all shiny hair of actresses with a lot of treatment, and that is the big promise. But ultimately, when I try it, my hair is still dry and lifeless, and that's the big problem the brand wanted to solve. Enters Emaya, which is coming with the promise that we are an ethical beauty brand. And how are they ethical beauty? Because they are plant-based. They have no nasty ingredients. They are PETA and Safe Cosmetics certified, and they are co-created with the doctors. This is the RTB of the reason to believe. Why do I believe? How do I believe that you're an ethical brand? With these claims, right? So this is the USP of the brand. They also had like a big unabashed belief that, like I said, one size fit all is something they don't believe in. They don't believe that, curly women should use like a regular shampoo and so on and so forth. So therefore, they have 3 different categories of the shampoo, and they had a big audacious target that they want to reach 3,000 orders per month. So that is the tangible intention and the objective that the brand had. And so when it comes to the why statement, this is the toolkit with which we try to arrive at the why of the brand. The toolkit is called I am, therefore I do. Okay. To give you an example, I am Emaya. I believe that beauty world is all about deceptive aspiration. Therefore, I am here to create an honest world of beauty to celebrate you while not trying to change you. I'm not trying to change you, right? So this sort of became like the big agenda of how they are trying to create an honest world, honest world of hair care, honest world of beauty by not trying to change you. Very, very close to Dove, if you ask me. But that's what the brand truly believed in. And so therefore, we landed the brand with the central idea that I am a no gimmicks ethical beauty brand. And the central idea was only truth in every strand. Very whole truth food. And so therefore, if you today go and check out their Instagram, their content is very, very myth busting. The founders come and they literally trash the keratin treatments, and they trash the oil shampoos with vengeance, like how the Whole Truth Foods founder does, right? And so therefore you see the growth, because they are truly doing a job of like the food pharma is doing. What the food pharma is doing is what Emaya is trying to do, which is to give only truth in every strand. Right? So that's how they got the purpose. So let's try to create this toolkit. I'll give you another example. There is another brand
Arthi,
called
quick question. Sorry to interrupt. Just one
Yeah.
quick question. That framework that you had, I am, I do, therefore, is that something which is universal, which is standard, or is it something that you guys came up with together?
This is a toolkit I have come up with
Got
for whenever I crack the brand communication strategies, because like we spoke so much about how a brand is nothing but a personality, about how it's a human personification. So now with this toolkit, what happens, Sanket, is that I am able to put my belief system out, right? I believe in this and therefore I do this, right? So it's a very, very clever toolkit with which you will be able to articulate what do you truly believe in, what are you actually trying to do. Products are your catalyst, right? Ultimately, when you're selling the product, like for you, Sanket, when it comes to your brand, I am shapeshifter. I believe that
Transition from one
rest-
career to the other.
anyone can restart any time of their life, for
Yeah.
example. That's what you believe in. So imagine the it's such a powerful thought that even at the age of 50, I can restart. And therefore you have created XYZ, right?
Arthi, is it very close to why one starts the brand in the first place?
Yeah, it's the reason why they
The reason
exist.
why you start the brand, right? It's the
Yeah.
reason why you start your business.
Yeah.
Because you believe that you can change at any point in your career. Is the reason why there was a problem statement and Sanket ventured, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
For the whole truth, it would be I am whole truth. I believe people don't give us the true picture of the food which we have served on the table. Therefore, I'm creating a brand. But I'm just guessing that.
Very close. You're right.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
So for this brand, Emaya, there are two beliefs that I can think of. One is this one that you're telling, and the other one is one size doesn't fit all.
Right.
Yeah. So how do you come up which belief to, make a brand on like, because obviously there will be a more than one beliefs, and
Correct.
also in the market, more than one brands selling the same kind of products will have the similar kind of belief. So when you have similar belief, how do you distinguish your brand from the market?
It's not possible for so to answer your first question, we did think about the one size fit all, but it was still very close to the brand's belief at a very product level. That would not resonate with Apurva, right? Apurva probably doesn't even know one size fits all, right? So Apurva thinks that, yeah, man, like I have been using Lakme's, L'Oreal's, and they say you're worth it, but they make me feel really those ads and those magazine covers, they make me feel really small, right? So that's exactly what this belief system is, that the one that we think will click with the community. Therefore, you see that slide, my belief versus brand belief. If it is equal, you have got it right. And so therefore, the belief system exercise, we also, when we do this, we also conduct sessions, we do research, we ask the cohort which one do they truly resonate the most with. But the filter is to always think, therefore, of your community first. And so therefore therefore the product narrative is something they can always drive in their content, right? Because they have three products, they will anyways talk about curly hair versus straight hair versus baby hair. Think about it.
Yeah, but like community can be built later on, right? Like for example, the one size fit all wala thing, there is a brand that will ask you to take quizzes, like good 5 minute quiz, and then make a product that is very customized to you.
But
There's
that's
a shampoo brand, I
exactly
don't remember the name.
Amaya, but that's there on their website. They don't need to pitch their purpose on that. That's about their product, right?
Oh.
So
Like how do you decide it? I still don't like, for me it's, in my mind it's like three things that are cluttering in my mind for right now.
yeah, so
How do
how
you
to
decide which is more
decide
important?
is that if that belief truly resonates with your community, because ultimately your purpose has to resonate with them, right? Because otherwise you are only going to go tom about your own purpose.
But most of the time community is built later on, right?
No, communities will be built right at the start. Communities
Okay.
need to be built right at the start. Like imagine you are going on Instagram, you are live, you need to give them a reason to follow you, right? Why should I
Okay.
follow you? If you're going to just talk about your
No,
curly hair and
for
thick hair.
no, I mean by later on means my reason, whatever reason it is, there will be a certain kind of people who are going to follow me. If I take A or like path A or path B, there will be different people, but there will be a certain kind of people who will follow me, right?
Yeah, but ultimately, if you will only talk about your products, like with your first hypothesis that one size fits all, the content will be only about the product, right? We believe that curly girl के लिए अलग shampoo होना चाहिए, straight girl के लिए
Yeah.
अलग shampoo होना चाहिए. So if you're only talking about your product, then I might as well visit you on your website. There is no reason for me to
Yeah.
follow you on your Instagram.
No, I think they can also not talk about how keratin treatments don't work. They cannot talk about how oil shampoos are, they're
So
of
yeah,
no
Okay.
use. All these things they cannot call out if they just stick to a product based belief.
exactly.
Okay.
So
Got it.
it's giving it's giving Amaya a bigger reason to exist. And it is attracting their audience, saying finally there is a brand who's calling them out. Finally, there is a
Yeah.
brand who's truly educating me and not just selling anything. It is on, if you go through their content, you will see they are the most honest brand, and they will tell you if you have this condition, don't use my shampoo. They also say that, right? And
Mhm.
so therefore, you see, I am here to create the honest world of beauty, and hence only truth in every strand.
Yeah.
And
That makes sense.
yeah, great. There's another example I'll give you, and we will do this workshop today. All of us will try to probably articulate one of any one of your brands, and then this is your homework for you all to do as well, so that you all can do and share it with me. The next brand's example is called Arva. Now, Arva is a really interesting product. It's meant for women to do our egg count assessment. Okay. And if you think about it, all the girls in the house, at what age did you all start feeling the pressure to get married and have kids from society, from family, from relatives?
27, 28.
Yes. Anyone else?
I think 25 plus onwards, and after 30,
Yeah,
you
25
have
onwards.
or something like that.
Right. Right. And did you all, or do you all feel the anxiety of the body clock ticking?
Yes.
Yeah, at times.
Yeah.
Right? Great. Awesome. So keeping that in mind, so that's what came out very strongly in the research when we did. And this is where we landed the brand. And we said that I am Arva Health. I believe that everyone, and here we are not just talking about women, because even men who get married, I think both of them get pressure, if at all, but women largely. But we believe that everyone deserves to have the fundamental freedom of choice regarding kids. It's a choice, right? Therefore, we are a one-stop solution for all your fertility woes so that you can live your best life. Right? And the hashtag, the central idea where we landed the brand was on your timeline. And if you look at Arva's content, I am so proud. I'm so proud of the content they are creating based on this purpose. Because it is absolutely bang on. They're picked up on Bollywood, they are picked up on memes, they are picked up on auntie jokes, the relatives, all of that, and they're creating some amazing content. They're growing at a super fast rate. And they are finally selling their kits, the fertility kits, by telling real stories of women through UGC content. So that's the toolkit, guys. Shall we start? Shall we do this exercise? Anyone who wants to nominate their brand, maybe we can quickly create. We'll try to create. It's not like it's going to be super perfect, because to create something like this, you need fair bit amount of research. You need to understand the insight of your community. But we will try and crack based on certain hypotheses.
Does this even work for like not a product but a service, like an agency?
Yeah, it could be for an agency. It could be, like Sorted's a service brand, right?
Right, of course.
So
Yeah, makes sense.
100%.
So, like, yeah, I would like to nominate mine, like, Aside Media as our agency.
Okay.
And so the reason we started this was the belief that a lot of offline businesses don't really know a good way to get online in with like since the services of being online are like too scattered, like one person does a website, one person does digital marketing, there's too many, and there's no one coherent like branding agency to combine all this. And so we thought we can be that sidekick for you're the superhero, we are the sidekicks. Let us bring you over to the digital world for this universe. That was the sort of why we are doing this. I don't know where to put what, but the basic idea is that.
Right. I didn't get your sidekick narrative.
Yeah. So we
So
believe
can you tell me, let's look at Shivranjini. She owns an athleisure brand,
Hmm.
right? It's at the nascent stage. What's your pitch to her?
So I think my belief is that so as a brand, we look at them like creating a business and trying to scale it up is a mammoth task. And for me, they are literally superheroes to get on this journey. So I would like to get their transition into a digital world with a support system that they can always rely upon. So that is where I come in, where I will take care of your brand's identity. I'll take care of your vision to the best foot forward and make sure it's like successful. That is the idea.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So I feel like what you're trying to say is more of the USP, saying that it's almost like I'm your partner, I'm your sidekick. That's
Hmm.
what you're trying to say, right?
Hmm.
So,
Yes.
but you have to your belief system has to stem from some difference you're making in the life of your client, your customers, your community.
Hmm.
So that's
Hmm.
where it has to stem. What's the name of your brand
Okay.
again?
Aside, ASIDE, Aside Media.
Aside.
So aside means whenever all Shakespeare's plays, he writes aside where a character breaks the fourth wall and talks directly to the audience.
Got it.
It's not about talking with yourself and reaching out to the people that matters.
Got it. Guys, any thoughts? Can I say my initial thought?
Yes.
I just feel like as as a founder of a product or a brand, it is a very lonely journey. It's a journey of a lot of it's an overwhelming journey. A lot happens. We are trying to take too many decisions at one go. So maybe the belief system could be that as a brand, I believe that a founder cannot do everything on their own, or a founding team cannot really do everything on their own, and the anxieties are real. Therefore, for example, could be one way of looking at it. But that's just my very, very initial thought. Anyone else has any thought?
No, I think that's also very relevant, like because when especially when starting out, there's so many things, right? Like from operations to sales to HR to finance to accounts. The last thing sometimes you think is about,
Building a brand.
building a brand, right? Because you have to do your day-to-day survival stuff, because that is also something. So someone is there for you to take care of your brand building while you run your other aspects of the business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've seen my wife do this. She's like picking up products, she's taking pictures, she's talking to clients, she's like doing so much work while she was setting up her first business. Like literally, the last thing that she could do sustainably is to make sure the content is out there, making sure the marketing messaging is right. Like you get to lose the nitty-gritties just to get the things out. So I think that resonated with me, and that's where I kind of my whole idea started from. So yeah.
Interesting. So how do we articulate? Is there a consensus, or is there any other hypothesis?
No, I think that's well put. Getting touching upon that journey, which is very, very lonely and very like uh, extremely tiring, and you just need help. You just need support. I think that's a good point to touch upon for the space you're in.
Guys, help me with the words, but I'm just like doing the first level of
We can't see your screen if you're
Yeah,
doing.
are you typing
Yeah.
something? We can't.
yeah.
Arthi, your screen is not
Wait.
visible.
Okay, can you all see now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That entrepreneurship can be a lonely and overwhelming. Overwhelming what?
Journey.
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 Anything else do we need to add?
Um, how do I bring the aspect of digital into it? Because this could also work for a company which kind of helps set up operations.
Actually, exactly my question. If you were speaking about, what entrepreneurs do, it can also hold true for a company that's selling a software, and they come up and say that we'll take away your HR issues, we'll give you the software. Or in case in a business like ours where we've got to handle so many inventory,
Hmm.
so a software company can pitch in saying that
But that's
I
not
can,
what this brand is doing, no. This
No.
brand
yeah.
actually just
So I believe, so my
I
doubt
can give you
is
an
this
example. I can just give you an example. So, for instance, right now the company I'm working with is a VFX company.
Mhm.
They do for like Marvel and stuff, the offshore VFX work. So now they also have a VFX school in Chennai. Now the idea is that this is a big company. They have like 300 employees and they are massive. But when it comes to getting students from digital, like signing up students through online, they are lost. Like they've hired people as an internal digital marketing team, and all they're doing is like creating landing pages and like pushing paid media, but there's no brand identity, there's no like a single one point message that is driving traffic or like a loyal sort of student base. So I that's why when I initially thought of this idea that like into the digital universe, like a sidekick in that universe, not in general, so that I can existing businesses what I want like to target and make sure that digital journey is where I want to be partnered with. I think that can give us a little more clarity.
Does this make sense? Does this resonate? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
I am Aside Media. I believe that building a brand on digital should not be a lonely, stressful journey as
Shouldn't,
an
shouldn't.
oh yeah. Damn. as as a founder. Therefore,
Maybe I would have a small thing like I see now these legacy businesses, for instance, people who have already made businesses offline have built it up on a value. Like most of the time, even if they are not completely branded, like so maybe take a like a old mom and pop sort of shop, which
oh,
is
so
like
your target audience is like are like only why are you only looking at offline businesses?
existing businesses because a
You
new
have to
startup.
think in decades.
Yeah.
अभी तुम जो कर रहे हो, you're future proofing your brand, right? Like you have to think in the next 3 decades.
Hmm. So my point was like right now I don't see a lot of offline brands using or like utilizing the power of digital to stay relevant is where I came from initially. That's the reason I and also one more thing like a harder problem in terms of businesses, young businesses don't have enough money to actually think of getting an agency and like hiring them and also scaling them up to wherever it needs to go. So that was one more reason where it was relevant in that sense. Like,
Yeah, but even from an offline perspective, building a brand on digital should not be, therefore it's written stressful, right? Because for an
hmm,
offline guy, The minute you put out SEO, SEM, they go in a shell, right? So it's overwhelming. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So this statement is kind of relevant for the new guy
Mm.
and the
And the old guy.
traditional guy
Mm.
as well.
Mm. Right.
You cannot just be known for traditional businesses.
Okay.
And that's what I personally feel.
There's a larger market share if I don't look at it that way. I understand that bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Therefore, what exactly do you do therefore?
So earlier, when I was thinking only of traditional businesses, my problem that was I was trying to address is if you end up with an agency which are like just pitching services. So somebody comes and pitches them for social, or somebody comes and pitches them about performance marketing. They do not have the brand voice or the brand identity as a core. Like they come in from a very performance oriented space, and you lose track of who they are at the value of like how they were built up, because that they are already successful, right? Now this is where a side wants to look at it from a perspective that we maintain or we understand what you've done and translate it in a the right or like relevant way to the digital space, so the communication is not lost, was the initial idea. Yeah.
These are just the words that are coming to my mind, guys. Like I'm literally thinking and writing. Fundamental.
And I like existing business owners here would like I would like to hear from them that like, yeah, am I even making sense? Like when you go to an agency or just smaller agencies because you don't like want to spend too much in the initial state, do they, or is it possible for us to kind of keep the brand identity like or the brand voice uh, like intact while trying to make sure you're getting your sales and performance and social media and that are like different means of getting digital?
Therefore, I have
Any
to address the fundamentals.
no, I was just trying to ask like
So
people who
I
have built
think
brands.
what happens is most businesses are so, I mean, at least with a new business like mine, yes, we really don't have the time to even think of all this that we were taught today, right? Like, what is my brand purpose? What is all this? Like, if I'm asked to write all this, I don't think I can do it right now. So when an agency is, I won't even know if the agency is following my ethos or they're on the right track or not, because I did not do that homework myself. So I think doing that homework first step is something an agency should do. And then probably start working around like getting to know, right? Like in fitness coaching also, we need to know what the problem is first. Like if there is a client acquisition problem, or is there a just be there, get known problem, what is the problem that the agency is trying to solve? That communication needs to happen, because a lot of businesses don't really I don't think,
No.
like, my dad has a traditional business from like 40 years, and I don't think he ever thought of what is my brand purpose also till now, like in the past 40 years. It's just, he has a set customers, he has a set dealers, traders, everything. It's just, that's how it is. So getting the first step would be they should at least know why is it needed, right? And then it could be anything beyond that. So.
Makes sense.
Does this ring a bell? I am Aside Media. I believe that building a brand on digital shouldn't be a lonely, stressful journey as a founder. Therefore, I help you address the fundamentals and scale up on digital like your partner in crime. Or you can say like your sidekick.
Yeah, it does resonate.
Like your sidekick.
Arthi, now I have a question.
Yeah.
So if now I have a new, I have a say digital marketing brand or like agency. Okay. Now when I think I will have the same, like what can I do differently now? Because
it may not be same, right? Like agencies have got different belief systems. Like some agencies come from the narrative of creativity. Some agencies come from the narrative of storytelling. Some agencies come from the narrative of growth hacking. Sorted is also like we also consult brands, right? And so therefore, what we say is that at Sorted we say that I believe that digital is not as complicated. Read rocket science, right? It's not as complicated as the world makes it to be. Therefore, I'm here to simplify. And so everybody's purpose statement will be different, Apurva, because everybody's strengths are different. What they bring to the table is different. Like what he's just said, he's what story. I've met so many agencies, but I've not heard this pitch because it's his original perspective. Because that's he's playing on his strengths. When brands don't know what they are good at, they land up creating generalized statement. This is not a generalized statement. What he's saying is that you don't have to do this alone. Treat me like your sidekick. I will do the hard work, which so that you can go focus on your P&L. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can agree to that.
Yeah, and it comes across very powerful. Like totally can relate. Target audience can relate. So I can, yeah.
Okay, validated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Guys, I feel if you all are fine, I do, although it's 11:04, but I want to create one more from a product perspective. Do you all,
Yeah.
can you all spare like 10 minutes?
Definitely.
Sanket, how about we create yours?
For me or the other Sanket, sorry.
You, since we just literally spoke and, the thought was,
Yeah, let's do it.
let's do it. So why don't you tell us your pitch? Like you have in like 30 seconds, you have to tell us why do you exist?
Sure. If you're stuck in the wrong career, Shapeshifter basically makes career transition to your dream job seamlessly, saving you thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours. Because what we are trying to do here is like, we're trying to compete with a lot of these online certifications, advanced degree courses, and so on and so forth. But for people who are already in the industry, they lack the motivation, the will, the time, the energy to actually take on these certifications or take the big move of like, getting another advanced degree outside of their work. They can't leave a job and like work or study full time. And so that's the sweet spot that we're going after. So again, the problem is like it's a function of time, energy, and money. And we try to solve for that with our AI powered tools.
Got it. Have you all got the pitch?
I just need a question. So Sanket, so if I am like I'm a cinematographer and or maybe I can be an engineer, and if I am looking for a shift in career, is it related to tech? Because you spoke about certifications and things like that. So I got lost a bit there.
Right. Yeah, I think the for us, at least for the beginning, because we just launched, and I belong to sort of tech industry, so of course like the career transitions there are more standard in that sense. However, like even though they're standard, they're extremely like the information is extremely fragmented. So even if you try to do it by yourself, it's just all over the place. And hence like more than the skill gap, I think there's a perception gap. So if somebody is an engineer and wants to become a program manager or a project manager, I think it's less to do with the skill. Like the engineer can still sort of pull off project management, but it is how they close that perception gap so that the recruiter or the hiring manager sees them, that though they're an engineer with an engineer background, that they can actually pull off those project management capabilities. So I think that's like one of the things that we try to solve for. And I mean, of course, like, all these certifications or going to ISB or IM or all of that, they primarily solve for that perception gap. The next time the recruiter comes, they're like, this is a stamp of authority. And mostly this should be the horse that they want to bet on.
Right. So you will also be training me, like I'm just understanding the
Yeah.
service.
So the journey typically starts with like, like understanding your profile. Depending on the profile, then we ask you that what is the kind of career that you want to go after. Like it could be advancing in a career track. It could be like looking for more creative careers, looking for something that pays you a lot more. So
Hmm.
based on that, we come up with like few career recommendations for you.
Okay.
And you can bring your own career. So if you think that there's a specific career that you really want to like double down on, so you can go ahead with that. Once the analysis is done, post that we create like a proper scorecard for you across like different departments, different sectors on how well you do on like say communication or strategy or like so on and so forth. Like the key attributes that are required for your future desired role. Once that's done, then we create like we analyze the strengths and weaknesses, and for all the weaknesses we create like a skill booster plan for you. And
Okay.
that's the action plan where we actually break it down each of the milestone into multiple action items,
Hmm.
which is extremely personalized for you. So if you've had like some cinematography experience or any specific projects and things like that, we try to personalize all of that, understand that better,
Hmm.
and craft like these action plans for you. And
Okay.
once action plans are done, then it's like, we've got like a whole bunch of other resources and how do you close the branding gap, networking gap, like so on and so forth.
Hmm.
And then the last part is where we are bringing more jobs. And so maybe if you're a cinematographer and you're looking for, say, a product manager role or maybe like a product marketing role,
Right.
maybe a company like Make My Trip might not hire you,
Hmm.
but maybe a company like Netflix might be more interested because they're trying to build out this new capability which focuses on like things that you may have better experience with.
Makes sense.
So you'll
Yeah.
probably do far better than other candidates. So that's another part that's coming through right now for us.
So,
So
Arthi,
yeah,
my
I forgot
I
all
have
question.
the 10 minutes that you had for the, the
No, but I want all of you to also participate, in this statement while, it comes to me easily. I want all of you to take a crack at it.
One final question to Arthi is like, so in such a brand, who do you communicate to? Is it the person who's coming to get skilled, or is it to the companies that want to look at it and say, okay, this seal means they have great employees, or like
Question. Great question. No, so for him, talking to a brand for job is B2B.
yeah.
Talking to you to that you can change anytime is
Hmm.
B2C.
Hmm.
This purpose statement, this entire thing currently we are cracking for B2C,
see.
Okay.
Yep.
right? His pitch with the B2B community will be completely different.
Oh, so companies do this. Like they have two different pitches. I never knew
Yeah,
this.
I mean,
Oh.
at Sorted also, like we are an edtech platform, but when we do group classes we do lots of corporate classes for like, we've recently just finished with Spotify and JBL. These are kind of brands Titan we are doing now. So that is our B2B pitch. And we also consult, right? So that's also a B2B pitch.
Got it.
I would like to add here, it's like a placement committee in a college
Yeah,
that B2B one will be.
nice. That's a great analogy. Yes, any thoughts? What does Shapeshifter believe in?
Um, um,
You don't have to say.
It is never.
Okay, okay.
Career transition should be easy and I guess affordable because MBA will cost you 16, 17 lakh rupees. So I think that is not what he's going to charge.
I think they believe in that there is a leader in everyone, just like Nike believes that there is an athlete in everyone. I think from that perspective, they believe that everybody can switch their career or try new
Yeah,
things.
I believe everyone should do what they like to do.
Yeah.
It's
Your aspirations are closer than you think. Like,
Yeah, I think this is bang on kind of thing. Nice.
I think it's never too late.
Sanket, yes, you have a question.
Yeah, just wanted to add to this. So, like, the belief could be like, end of career is not the end of the road, and there are ways to get back on track and get your life together, or something like that.
I quite agree with that. Soumya, you have been super quiet. I want to know.
No, the thing is, I've been trying to talk, but I don't think my voice is reaching.
Why? I can hear you very well.
No. Okay, so I was thinking, for Shapeshifter, it's more like it's never too late. I believe you can always move. You're not a tree, and hence it's never too late to do anything you want.
Interesting. Thanks.
Anyone can restart.
Anyone can restart?
Yes.
Is it restart or shift? Anyone can shift
More
the
than
trajectory.
So the
Yeah.
name that we, just so that in case anyone missed out on that, the name Shapeshifter, it's like, I don't know if you watched Thor and Loki. So Loki is like, he's the god of like shapeshifting also. So shapeshifting is just like transforming into anybody that you want to be. And so that's how like, we sort of hit with the name, and it was a project name, but we just like went ahead with it. So that was the whole
Spoken like a geek. Sanket, you're totally into these how do you say?
Superhero comic
Hero
book
comics.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's been the common we being a sidekick and him being a superhero.
Yeah. Spoken like a proper product guy.
Yeah.
No Adobe of you. Okay. Coming back, does this, guys, it's such a simple statement, but I feel it's also a very powerful statement. I believe that anyone can shift their career trajectory anytime. Like if I am the audience and if I am little like anxious कि यार मजा नहीं आ रहा है मेरे career में मैं जो कर रही हूँ मतलब I've done engineering पर अभी मतलब it's not my calling and I'm going through all kinds of anxiety. I feel like this will give me that emotional clutch as well as some and also something to look forward to. Do you all agree? Any views?
I think one question I had, Arthi, here was that, and maybe I didn't even highlight that in the pitch, is that so today, like there are career counselors, there are career coaches, like who even after you've entered the industry, they can help you with that, right? But there's always this resistance, this inertia that people don't really want to go up and like it almost feels like therapy, right? And people are might not be the most comfortable to sort of go about it. And so until now, this was like either it was expensive or it was just like it needed like some extra hoops to sort of come through. And so what we have done is like that's where we've deployed like a whole bunch of AI, which is like through GPT-4 and all of that. And that's why now, like, going through that entire process of at least getting this analysis, getting an action plan, all of that, it takes like, 2 to 4 minutes. And you can do this like completely on your own. And
Right.
then even the plans that we create, like everything is like almost like self-served, but this is not like a one size fit all. It is personalized only for you. So if we have like 20 people on this room, even if all 20 of us were in the same career, it would have still ended up creating like 20 different, analysis for everybody, right? So I don't know if there's a need to capture it at a
Yes.
micro level, or should we keep it macro?
It'll come in therefore what you have done. Right? So you believe that anyone can shift their career trajectory anytime. Therefore, we are a personalized how do you call yourself? Are you like a AI
So earlier we called ourselves like your career co-pilot, your personalized career co-pilot. But then there were like a lot of like co-pilots, going around. So then we decided to just like, sort of tone down that a bit.
career therefore we are a personalized
AI powered.
but what platform? We are a AI powered personalized platform.
I mean, it can even be like a career toolkit. I don't know if it helps, but because we are trying to also show that it's a product more than a service.
Okay.
Therefore, we are an AI powered personalized tool that will
Help you switch to the career you love or something.
guide you, that will help you
Land the job.
That will help you switch your career lanes.
transition. Does this make sense, guys? Therefore, we are an AI-powered personalized tool that will help you with A to Z of your career transition.
Yeah.
It covers the other parts as well.
Is there any function of time and money that we need to put here, and or money?
I think those can go in your subheadings. Those can go as your USPs. Um
I think,
like
sorry. What I am missing right now is that only like when you say shifting, is it laterally or am I going to be aspiring something bigger? Like that's usually when I'm shifting careers or like especially when it's in the same sort of an angle. So from engineer to project manager, is it more aspirational or is it lateral, like the same lines?
it completely depends, right? Like, because
Yeah.
for example, now I'm in marketing,
Hmm.
but I want to shift into fashion,
Yeah.
right? So it could be completely different.
Hmm. And
Yeah, I
Sanket's
think your
idea is
point is
that,
that you can also advance, right? And that doesn't get communicated here. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, right now it feels like I can become a cook or I can become, like I'm saying in my sense, but technically I don't, like, is it laterally or are you going to aspire for people to go upwards? Because
But
that's when
how
this,
is that possible? I feel like if I'm shifting a career, I will have to start from below, na?
that's why I thought he was saying he's going to analyze the strengths and he's going to train me or like give me stuff that is going to help me to
Got
reach.
it, got it. So Sanket, like, do I start from but I'll have to compromise on something, right? Even if I've taken up a course or
Yeah, I just wanted that clarity of the
correct. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. I think like, I mean, like first, like we support both horizontal and vertical transitions. Like people are stuck in their IC roles, right? Like somebody is an engineer, but they want to become an engineering manager, that itself like is a trajectory that they have to take, and it's like an advancing in their careers, right? So we do help with like even those kind of options. And so I understand like shift is more lateral and advance is more vertical. So yeah, maybe that's something that we can fix here.
Also, Sanket, I wanted to ask you, do you play a lot on the fact that it is following your passion or like, getting into a shift that you really desire? Because I feel that could really be part of your statement here as well, which is the softer uh, elements of, let's say we are an AI powered personalized tool. Because remember you said people normally go to coaches or counselors because, and then with something like that, there's a factor of trust. So
Yeah.
are you a trustworthy AI personalized tool that will help me follow or get inch me closer to my passion? Uh, so the softer elements could be part of it. I mean, I'm just
It's just only thing is brands who say trustworthy, people have to feel the trust. Like that's what I feel. So instead of using the word trust, Manik, I would use the word like a human AI.
right.
I'm human AI powered. I'm a
Hmm.
human AI powered personalized tool. So then you're still adding the layer of like human AI, but I just feel like brand that matlab wo SBI bank says, right, most trusted, India's number one trusted. Like I feel like it's like people need to say that. That's what I think.
Got it.
But maybe you're right. Like we could add the word human AI there if Sanket approves. But yes, what do you guys think? Everybody, Sanket, please do share your views. Do you all think now as a brand, like now when it comes to content, there is so much you can talk from the emotional aspect to the technical aspect, vertical, horizontal, all of it.
Yeah.
And I just feel like as a brand, you could stand for like it's never too late as a call out, maybe. Um,
No, yeah, I think this is great. I'm taking a screenshot of this
I'll
before.
share this. Share this. But what does everybody else think? Do you all think? Dhruv, everybody else, views, are we good? Has everybody understood the exercise?
I think one of the things, I mean, I'll just add here is that, and maybe I don't know if it's different, like pre-product versus post-launch. because pre-product you don't know what you're building. And so for us, like it's like we are far away from a product market fit, as they say it, right? And so for us, like we don't even know what we are building and who we are building it for. And so I don't know if this is something that needs to be fluidly defined, or you should be open to keep iterating this, or is it something that you stick around for a while until the results say otherwise, and then you again come back and have different hypotheses?
Yeah, I think like this life stage you are at, it is still important to like, because you're going and saying hello and come check me out. There has to be some conversation with which you need to do that, right? So if your product, if there is a product fit keeping this promise and purpose in mind, then by all means go. But if you think your product is far away from this promise, then one needs to look at it.
Got it. Sounds
Because
good.
it has to be honest, because like you don't want people to come and experience and then they'll be like not on pitch. That you
Yep.
don't want.
Got
And
it.
I
Got it.
think, Arthi, you are basically defining the fundamentals right now. Rest, he can do it in his communications. Like, are you stuck in the wrong job?
Correct.
Come to Shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Problem reading
Yeah.
and then this thing. So those are all communications which can be, I think.
And we'll cover that in our, so then you will see when you're in the content section, which is the third and fourth masterclass, you will see why this purposing exercise is so critical. क्योंकि जो पहले जो limitation था content किस पे बनाए, अभी आपके पास एक purpose है. मतलब you can have 10 different ways in creating content which will stem from this purpose.
Makes sense.
Arti, how can we do it for a commodity kind of a product that is like a salt? Say, तो उसका
Very
purpose
tough.
नहीं.
It's
Very
very
tough,
tough.
no?
That's why they are in the love marks. It's categorized as it's products.
Yeah.
Commodities can never become brands.
Okay.
It's very low, like oil and salt and like it's
Yeah.
very low engagement products, and therefore वो price point पे खेलते हैं या and mass communication पे खेलते हैं. Those are not the kind of products that become brands. That's just how it is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's why the game isn't of distribution in those cases. Distribution, visibility.
Yeah. Right. Operations play supply chain and all that. Play a bigger
Correct,
role.
correct. Awesome. Thank you for we have 25 minutes up, but thank you for the energies. I absolutely am loving it. That's the end of our masterclass. I hope the session was great. Any feedback, any point of view? Sir ke upar se nahi gaya na?
Firstly, thank you for spending so much extra time on this. Like,
No,
this
of
was
course.
really useful. Yeah, I didn't expect that, but it was awesome.
No, of course, it's really important that you all get this exercise, because ये आप अपने नस पकड़ ली ना guys, then there's no looking back, right? It's you've got the game, so that's critical. I will share these slides. Please take out time and do homework. Even if it's not the right words, we will perfect it in our next session. Okay, so share it with me. I'll try and give feedback on the WhatsApp group. If not, we'll try and do like a quick 15-minute session where all of us can react to everyone's purpose statement. So that would be fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Great. Can I take a quick picture for the gram?
Yes.
Divya, please switch on your camera. All right. Got it. Thank you so much. I'll see you all on Thursday. This was amazing. Absolutely loving
Thank
the
you.
energy. Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Bye. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye.
Connect. See you.
Good night.
Good night.